Hello. All right. Hello. What's up, Nicole? What's up, Complexity? What's up, Lori? Hope you guys are doing well. Okay. Finally back from my vacation. Ended up catching an allergic reaction to I caught an allergic reaction, I think, to the laundry detergent that the hotel uses. So that was fun. It's still happening. It freaking sucks. I have never had that happen to me before. First time for everything, I guess. Okay, give me just a second here. What's up, Candy? All right, I hope you guys had a happy Indigenous People Day or Thanksgiving. Shit. Sorry, excuse my language. Alrighty. Oh no, hope you're okay. Not really. I mean, like, yeah, but like I got some kind of allergic reaction from their detergent. We're not on a sign yet. Literally just got started. Just warming up. So as always, welcome to All Signs. Right, Complexity. I've been here for about 2 minutes, but we're gonna get on it. I have not asked yet, and I'm not going to ask yet which sign you guys want to start out with. We're just gonna wing it. What's up, 12th House Stellium Girl? What's up, Shannon? What's up? What's up? For my Cancers, was it Leo, Cancer, and Gemini? Your guys' individual signs will be premiering tonight between 8:30 and 9. You'll see that on the channel. If you go to the page, everybody else that is after that sign is already up. And then tomorrow, I'll be posting Gemini, Taurus, and Aries for the December predictions. And then I'm not really sure what I want to do for this coming week for the round of videos. So if you guys know what you want, I don't know if you guys want love readings. I don't know what you want. I don't know if you guys want love readings. I don't know if you guys want like a Celtic cross, but let me know. Yes, I am back from my adventure. What's up, Eric? It was fun. I had a really good time. I really didn't want to leave. I really didn't. I didn't want to leave. I love Harry Potter. Love Harry Potter. Love Harry Potter. And I talked to the, if you guys don't love Harry Potter, like, I don't know what to tell you. Like, we just can't be friends, honestly. But I went there and I talked to the train guy. The guy, a lot of you guys saw the picture with the little hat that he had, and we were standing in front of platform 9 3/4 with the Hogwarts Express, and he had the whole English accent, and he asked me what house, and I said Slytherin, and he said, oh, I never get to meet any Slytherins. We have to do the Slytherin pose. And so we went back to back like this and looked at each other all like menacing. It was so cute. I loved it. I had such a good time, and my girls had a really good time. They're not into Harry Potter. I tried to get them into Harry Potter, but My oldest daughter, she ended up getting like a Ravenclaw robe and all this stuff. My mom got her all this stuff. I'm like, she's not even a fan, you know, but she started reading the book, so I'm really proud of her for that. You share your birthday with Harry Potter. That's awesome. That is pretty damn awesome. My son loves Harry Potter. Oh my God. My favorite character is Snape, hands down. Hands down. Snape is the GOAT. You know why? Because I like the characters where they always have to do the hardest thing. And it's like, and there's some kind of sacrifice that they have to make, or they're seen as the villain, although they're doing the right thing. You know what I mean? Like, I love those characters. I think that's why I like Rick Grimes the best from Walking Dead. I love those kinds of characters. Like, I love Jon Snow, even though he did me dirty. Like, I love characters like that. I have not read one Harry Potter book or seen one movie. Shame. Shame. Those are hands down some of the best books I've ever read in my entire life. You got to get on that. What's up, Scott? How you doing? My kids were into it when it came out, and getting the books was a fight. I love Harry Potter. I'm not gay. That sounds more like a confession. Did a man ask you for a D pic? Or was that just like you felt the need to say that because you're in a closet made of glass? Like, why did that thought pop into your brain? Do you imagine like walking into a room and like a guy is just like, I'm not gay. Okay. Whatever you got to tell yourself, you know? All right. So let me finish up my coffee here and we'll get on it. I know you guys are you're not here for me. Some of you are. You're mostly here for the readings. I'm not gay, guys. I swear. I was looking for Harry Potter tarot cards. Couldn't find them. Was really depressed about it. We're really depressed about that. All right, now I'm going to ask you guys, what sign do you want to start out with? Whoever answers first after I ask. Ooh, Shannon. Shannon won. Dang, you answered so fast. A bit of both, as you're quite funny. Thank you. Shannon won, guys. Cardinal Fire won for today. What's up, Carmen? What's up, Liz? My Hipsy is not going to be open today for calling or one-on-one sessions, but my Hipsy will be available this week. I will be probably available the whole week from Tuesday to Friday, except for Monday because I have 2 book sessions on Monday. So I'm going to be pretty slam packed for Monday. But this whole week, I'll be able to do one-on-one sessions on Hipsy. So if you guys want to text, if you guys want to call, you're more than welcome to do so. I'll be available anytime after 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time between Tuesday and Friday. Of course, readings are still 50% off, you guys. So personal readings are still half off until December 1st. So December 1st is the cutoff. So you got a few days to get in those personal readings if you'd like them. And as far as today goes, obviously, you guys, welcome to All Signs. We are going to be taking a look at what is going to be happening for this coming week for you, okay? You can honestly look at any of your placements. It doesn't matter. Why? Because these are general readings and it just really doesn't fucking matter. So something to kind of keep in mind. If you guys do want to book a super chat question to get your cards read during this live, then you can visit hipsy.com/Violetta Alexis and you can book there. All of these super chat questions will be answered in the order that they are received by numerological order. And if you want to click that link instead of type it into your browser, then you can just look at the pinned comment that is in the chat box. Did I say that right? Did I say that right? Hello, Violet. Hello. Book sessions. Wow, you made a book, V. Is that a joke? I can't tell if you're joking. Is that a joke? Hi, cutie. What's up? Wow, look at all these big men in here. Okay. You know what my favorite trend is right now on the internet? My favorite trend on the internet right now is women with their dogs. And like the caption is like, when men say women need to stop provoking us, right? It's like a little caption. And then like the women are just holding like a piece of bologna or a turkey leg in front of their dog's face and their dog isn't doing it, like isn't taking it. They're just like very controlled. Oh my God, that is my absolute favorite trend on the internet right now. That is everything. I thought that's what you said. No, I need to, you know, I think I have ADHD. And so I start like writing a book, all right? I started this fiction story that I really, really am into. Okay, I get really into it. I'm like, and it's good. Like, okay, I'm not one to toot my own horn all the time, but it's good, all right? But then when things get too complicated, my mind gets too scattered, and then I work on something else. And then I jump and I jump and I jump around. And I think I need to be heavily medicated. I just subbed. Congrats. The dog holding the piece of meat and putting it down like just the best. You forgot fasten your safety belts. What? Love your poetry. Thank you. All right, let's get started. What's up, Tom? Meditation will help with that, V. I do meditate, you know, I do meditate. So, you know what's been really interesting though, is trying to write without being in love or without being heartbroken. That I realized that most of my muse is pain and heartache and sorrow. Hello, Venus and Scorpio. And so I'm trying to, like, when I don't have a romantic muse, I'm like a little scattered. I'm like, where do I get it from? You know? And so I wrote a poem recently called Inheritance, and it actually did pretty well, you know, for me anyway. And that was totally about, so I don't know, I've been experimenting. It's been interesting. It's been really interesting. All right. Meditation is like medication. It is good. I do like to meditate, yeah. Or get a romantic muse. No, absolutely not. No. No. I do not entangle myself with a person unless I just try to use them as my annual, you know? Like I used to do this anyway when I wanted to get laid, right? But I don't want to have intercourse with anyone I'm not in a relationship with anymore. I just don't want to do it because I get with somebody to die with or be killed by. But I get too deep. I get too deep for people, and I'm very intense, and I'm very intense, honey. And so I don't like, no, nobody deserves that from me. I'm sorry. Nobody deserves it from me. They just don't. What the okay. Toxic? I'm not toxic because I love hard, asshole. Know that she's old. She's no skank anymore. Well, I'm sure that your cutoff age is 12 years old, so I'm not too worried about it. Okay, guys, let's go ahead and get started. Excuse me if you guys hear the automatic litter box. Nothing I can do about it, quite frankly. That's going to be super fun in these really, really intense moments. Anyway, let's go ahead and do this. So, Aries. Let's see, can we do it right here? You're awesome, V. Thanks, babe. All right, Aries, let's go ahead and see what is going on for you for this week. Okay. Chariot, that's your energy. You could have Cancer placements. The Six of Cups reversed. Okay. And the Emperor. Ooh. Love that for you. You are pretty determined, quite unstoppable. I think that there's a little bit of fear here, but you have more courage than you have fear, so I'm really not mad at it. You know, I think you're maybe thinking about something in a negative light a little bit, or somebody may be holding a grudge towards you from the past, but you're pretty empowered. It seems like, not to be corny, but it seems like it would take kind of an army to stop you in regards to whatever it is that you're trying to accomplish. Because that Emperor there, that's your major arcana, babe. You know, that's pretty sexy. You're ready to go. Like, I don't think that Six of Cups reversed is you based on your energy, but let's see. The Knight of Cups reversed. Okay. And the Ace of Pentacles. It's really not about, like with this, there may have been some kind of idealization, projection, manipulation coming from a partner or in regards to love or whatever it is, but I don't think that you want to focus on that. It's almost like you're bulldozing right through that Knight of Cups reverse. Like the Knight of Cups reverse can be like moodiness, jealousy, petty feelings, idealization of another person. That Chariot is telling me no. It's like you're overcoming or bursting through whatever that illusion is, and you're focused on real, tangible results. You're focused on real opportunities that have the legs to stand on. You're focused on planting seeds that you can nurture and grow for the long term, not something that's going to be in and out, not something that's a fucking lie. You know, that Knight of Cups reversed is no. You're not doing it anymore. That's interesting I said anymore. Because I feel like you've given in to this energy before where you like project some ideal onto another person and then they fail you and then you're disappointed, or people do that to you, or you're done with that. Like, you're done with that. And I think that for you this week, there could be some kind of financial opportunity that's coming around. I want to say coming back around for some. Why do I keep feeling that like that? Not anymore, coming back around. So this may be something that's been going on for a while. Okay. You know, I think that somebody is holding a little bit of a grudge towards you with that Six of Cups reverse, the Ten of Wands reverse, and the Strength card. But I feel like you're not too worried about it, honestly. Like whoever it is, and I don't know if it's a past lover, if it's a friend, but I don't think that you're interested, because I think that you're focused on the bigger picture. I think you're focused on victories and things that you can build for yourself and building things from the ground up, Ace of Pentacles, and you're very well aware that the road ahead is going to be hard, but you know it's going to be worth it, because you're very well aware of your instincts towards whatever this thing is. You're very well aware of what you're capable of. And I think that you're trying to refrain from making things harder on yourself, like giving to petty feelings or petty situations or drama or spite. It's like you don't have time for that with that Strength card. You don't have time for that. Your ruling planet, Mars, is in Sagittarius right now, you know, making an exact trine to Chiron, by the way, on that full moon in Gemini. So I feel like what you're capable of right now is, you know, Sagittarius is so expansive and it's so exploratory and adventurous and optimistic, and it has faith. And then with that trine to Chiron in your sign, I think that you're going to feel a boost. Something in you is going to heal this week. Let's see that Emperor. Okay. Ooh, what? You have the Emperor, the Page of Wands, and the Empress reversed. If this is just you by yourself, there's a strong masculine energy that you have, but there is a wounded feminine. And usually when there's a wounded feminine, it's because the feminine was not able to develop inside of someone. Well, what does that mean? When we're feeling scared or unsafe, we default to our masculine energy. And that's because what is masculine energy? Well, it's used to fight. It's used for combat, right? It's used for going out and initiating and getting what we need, right? So I feel like that part of you is developed, but what may be underdeveloped is the feminine. That ability to feel safe, that ability to be able to rest and relax and feel taken care of, or to be able to receive, to feel abundant within self. I think that for a lot of you, you've had people who have made you question your sense of self-worth or your self-value. For others of you, to be honest, if that's not what it is, okay, there seems to be a very strong masculine figure here. And then there's a bit of a weakened feminine, and she doesn't see how beautiful she is, or she feels like she needs to overcompensate. And I feel like there's a playful energy or a banter between these two. And all this feminine really has to do is to step into her power and know what that looks like. A time to give rather than take. Feather of hope. Grasp the feather of hope, a delicate symbol of upward promises and an uplifting future. Some of these, you know, I just can't. And then we have Earth. What are you asking them to give? The Ten of Pentacles reversed. I heard structure. it, for some of you, I'm not saying that you owe anyone anything, but there may be someone around you that needs a sense of, okay, I heard purpose, which is weird because that's not really your job, but maybe there's some encouragement that you need to give. But there's some level of stability that I think that you can offer someone else just by like being content with yourself or content within your own skin. It's almost like I'm getting this energy of you leading by example and showing someone else that there's another way to live their life. I don't know why I'm getting that. But it's asking or encouraging you to be hopeful, but also still grounded. So you can be hopeful all day, right? But if you don't act towards the thing that you're hopeful for, then it doesn't really matter. So make sure that you're doing that, which I think that you are. That is what I have for you, Aries. Thank you. Let's move on to Taurus. You know, when I started, this reminds me of the Aries reading. When I started out in social media many years ago, I was a very aggressive, very assertive, very stand up for yourself kind of person. And I noticed that a lot of people that were looking to acquire that same quality followed me. And upon watching me stand up for myself, upon watching me, you know, be assertive and these things, I found that people gained more confidence by me acting, by me standing up for myself. And sometimes that's the best thing that you can give somebody is an example. So I don't know, Aries, maybe it's something like that. Taurus. Taurus, let's see what's going on for you for next week. Your energy is the King of Cups reversed. We have an Ace of Wands reversed for what you can expect, and then we have the Six of Wands. I don't want to say too much. I think I just want to go ahead and clarify, okay? The World reversed. The Hangman. Okay. I'm getting, if I'm going to be honest with you, reverse this if you need to, okay? But I'm getting like a humbling effect with that King of Cups reverse, that World reverse, and the Hangman. The King of Cups reverse can sometimes be a little full of shit, okay? I'm not saying you're full of shit, but the King of Cups reverse can be, and it can be that you are like lying to yourself about the past, about some kind of unfinished business. But there's a realization that you're having that you have to let go. And that letting go, that sacrifice of whatever narrative that you have falsely planted in your head about the past, you're seeing it differently. You're letting that narrative go. And once you're able to do that, instead of holding on to a very specific, like, you know, for instance, you can say that you're always the victim in a situation. You know, maybe you always find yourself as the victim in a situation. And there may be something that opens your eyes where you're like, you know what, maybe let me turn this around. Maybe let me rethink this. And I think that's what you're doing. Like I said, reverse it if you need to. Okay, I don't give a shit. I'm just telling you, it's your energy. So if it's reversed, it's reversed. Okay, but that's what I'm getting. For a lot of you, there's some kind of unfinished emotional business that you have going on that you are, I think, letting go of as well. And it feels like it's something that's hanging above your head like a dark cloud. Can you tell me about that Hangman? The Page of Cups reversed. For some of you, that's what it is. You always felt like a victim in a situation. Page of Cups reversed is literally someone playing the victim. Okay. But it can also be around your level of maturity and vulnerability. You know, when it comes to some kind of unfinished business, you know, that you want to revisit, it can be asking you to be vulnerable. It can be requesting that you open yourself up, be courageous, you know, be vulnerable. Open yourself up to a different perspective, and truly, not just open yourself to perspective so you can get like something from another person, right? But like truly for your own soul, for your own spirit, for your own sense of growth. There's another way to look at something, and you're gonna see it. You're gonna see it this coming week. The Ace of Wands reversed with the Justice and the Seven of Wands reversed. Well, it's like you're intimidated by something. I'm going to be real with you, Taurus. It feels like you're wanting to make something right. With maybe it's with a family member, maybe it's with a past partner, maybe it's with a friend. You're wanting to make something right, but you're intimidated because you're afraid of what somebody else may say, or you're trying to avoid some level of confrontation because you're afraid you won't be able to stand your ground in something. But maybe you need to sit in that fear, you know? Maybe it's not always about defending or maintaining. Maybe sometimes it's just about listening or about understanding. Because you keep like delaying this thing, this decision, because you're afraid. And again, like I told you before, it's about being courageous, in my opinion, with whatever this is. Okay. It seems like you're having some level of success. It feels like you're giving attention to someone. It's interesting because it feels like this is your way of trying to make something right. Like, here's the Justice. This is what you're delaying to do. And then you have the Six of Wands. And so instead of just being like, hey, I just want to be accountable for XYZ, or I want to be honest with you about my feelings, whatever it is, you're like liking a bunch of their photos at 3 o'clock in the morning, you know, or you're sending them a DM or replying to their story. Wow, you look really great, or something like that. And this person may give you a reality check with that Queen of Pentacles reverse. Like this person may rip you to shreds, if I'm going to be honest with you. And I don't think it's going to feel good, but you will get perspective. The answers you need are coming. Yeah, you know, I'll say. Seed of potential. Plant the seed of potential and nurture its sprouting promise with care and intention. Blow me. House 4. I think that you have an opportunity to really create a foundation with someone, or create a foundation with a family member, create a foundation for yourself, especially from an emotional perspective. This says full moon in Gemini. We are having a full moon in Gemini on the 4th. So this may be a couple days before, and then 2 weeks following that December 4th, before we have that new moon in Sagittarius that's occurring on December 19th. There may be something that is illuminated to you, some answer you were looking for. It could be in regards to a home matter, but it could be in regards to family or somebody that you have a past with, somebody that you have an emotional bond with. There's potential here, but again, it's going to ask for emotional maturity, emotional intelligence, and vulnerability. If you want it anyway. So let's go ahead and move on to Gemini. Thanks a lot, Taurus. Okay, let's move on to Gemini. Gemini, in your energy for this week, we have the Three of Wands reversed. We have the Devil for what you can expect. Then the Eight of Pentacles for how you're responding. You're definitely a little frustrated. Things are getting boring. You look bored. You look bored. You've been doing the same routine for a while, the same job, the same whatever, and like results just aren't coming in for you. I don't know what this Devil is. Somebody may have some like fatal attraction thing going on. There maybe you're getting laid this week. You know, it really depends. But let's see what that Three of Wands reversed is about. The Three of Cups, the King of Pentacles reversed. Is that King of Pentacles reverse supposed to be Gemini? No. That King of Pentacles reverse is not you. There may be a Virgo or a Taurus here. You seem to be frustrated because you are getting together with someone or you're having some kind of reconciliation. And it's not going to feel authentic. Like it's going to show up at first where you feel like you and somebody else are understanding one another. There's an understanding, but then like you get the notion that this person is here for a different reason. You feel like this person is here because they are trying to get something from you. They're trying to use you. And you're going to be like, I don't like that. And you know what's funny? I just recorded your individual reading before I came up here. And that King of Pentacles reverse showed up for you. The Devil. Ooh. The Eight, I told you. The Devil, the Eight of Swords, and the Seven of Swords. If there was any time for you to get really fucking serious about who you surround yourself with, this would be the time. Because there's going to be a full moon in your sign. There's going to be some great reveal about you, who you are, the things that you need to change and the things that you need to let go of, maybe the people as well. For some of you, like if you are a Gemini rising, there could be a focus that you end up putting on some kind of partnership, but you may realize some kind of truth about someone. And then you have that new moon, right, in the 7th house, like if you're a Gemini rising, whatever it is, where there's some kind of new partnership. But this Devil, Eight of Swords, Seven of Swords, I don't like, this is the kind of person who wants to keep you stuck, who wants to keep you insecure, who wants to keep you around them, who is very sneaky, ulterior motives. They're obsessed with you in some weird way. There's something, okay, I feel like this person it's almost like there's parts of you that they wish that they could be like. Like there's a part, like there's something about you where they wish that they could be like that. It feels a little envious. It's like if they can't be you, they want to be close to you kind of thing, or something. You be careful with this. How you're responding to this. Okay. Okay, I'm not too worried about you, to be honest. The Eight of Pentacles reversed, the King of Swords, and the Star. I mean, you're being pretty logical about it. You're not stupid. I don't think that I'm telling you anything you don't already know. Like, you're pretty clear about who you are, what you want. Like, you already know the routine. Like, you've rode this ride, you know. You've been around this block before, and you're being very clear, and you're being very honest, and you're being very straightforward and very smart about the way that you're going about this. It's almost like you are teaching this person something. Like, have you ever sat in front of somebody and you realize, like, you were more observant of the fact that they were trying to manipulate you, and instead of like being like, oh, I know you're trying to manipulate, you like just allow yourself to be manipulated because you see what's going on. And you're like, oh, this is curious, you know, and you kind of just let it happen, and you just listen, because now you're just, at this point, it's just a study for you. That's kind of that's what it feels like you're doing. I'm not worried about you. Don't let pride get in your way. Crystal of clarity, illuminate your path with openness and insight, readying yourself for a newfound understanding of content. And then air. So this is like double clarity here. So pride can be like, you know, you see somebody manipulating you, but the universe is saying, like, don't let them know that you know. You know, don't let pride get in your way where you feel like you have to, I know what you're doing. Don't do it. Just let them do it. You know, true confidence is being able to walk away and not even like let them know. Like, you don't need to let them know that you're smarter than them. You don't need to let them know. You don't need to do that. Just like, oh yeah, oh really? Wow, you know, whatever, and just kind of go about your business. That's what I have for you, Gemini. Thank you. Nicole, you're so pretty. Anyone else a Scorpio up in here? I'm a Venus in Scorpio, ruled by Venus. Hello from Texas. What's good? My ex-girlfriend lives in Texas. You're welcome, Wendy. Everything that's going on there, I'm not going there. That's a little too conservative for me. Wow, that sucks. That looks terrible. You're welcome, Nicole. Be my sugar mama. Oh, you're gay. I think that you're barking up the wrong tree. I think that you are looking for a man. You are definitely looking for a man. If any man is coming to you as a woman and asking you to be their sugar mama, they are homosexual and they need to live in their truth. No, be so for real. You are a gay man, sir. Thank you, Kisan. A lot of people talk shit about my tattoos. When I was at Harry Potter World, I caught a guy taking a picture of me. And I was just like, and I just stared at him and he's like, I wanted to look up on Google Images or whatever your tattoo because I wanted to know who it was. And then I was in the ice cream line and then everybody turned around. They're like, oh my God, that ink is so cool. And then some guy was like, oh my God, Daenerys Targaryen. It was so awesome. I felt like a celebrity for 5 seconds. Men are supposed to provide. Thank you. Exactly. You know what, Brian? You can stay as long as you'd like, buddy. So let's look at Cancer. 5 of Swords, Cancer. Okay. What you can expect from others is the Judgments. We have Scorpio here. Ooh. The Lovers. Scorpio and Gemini. Okay. I mean, you're pretty determined. I don't know what about quite yet, but it looks like there's maybe some accountability coming from someone. There may be a reconciliation. Somebody may be being very honest with you about a situation. I love that the Lovers is here because that's your response to whatever is happening external from you. Which makes me believe that you are really connecting with someone on a very deep level, but this doesn't feel like your run-of-the-mill like Tinder date or something. It feels very life-altering. Now, for others of you, there can be somebody who maybe offers you a truth that leads you to some kind of directional purpose, like something along those lines. But let's see. 5 of Swords, 8 of Wands, and the 3 of Pentacles. Wow. Okay. Why the 5 of Swords, though? The Hierophant. Okay, I don't think it's bad. You know what I really think it is, Cancer? I think that you want connection. I think that you want connection, and I think that you want collaboration, no matter if it's somebody out of state, out of the country. I don't think it matters, because what you're really determined to have is a foundation. You want your relationships to reflect your values, your morals, your religious or spiritual beliefs, whatever it is. And for the most part, within your moral compass, you will do like whatever you need in order to have that, in order to have that level of community or collaboration or connection with others. And so you're really moving forward. You're reaching out, you're talking to people, you're conversing, you're posting, you're commenting, you're getting together with people that are a part of some kind of spiritual community, maybe, whatever it is. And there's a reason why I feel like you're so determined. You know, there's something behind that. And for some of you, if there's been some kind of collaboration or project with another, I feel like it's starting to move forward this week, or you're really starting to take initiative. Some of you are traveling, okay, or making travel plans in order to connect with other people from a distance for some level of collaboration. I love it, honestly. I'm not mad at it. It looks really, really beautiful. So what you can expect from another, we have the Judgment, the Wheel of Fortune reversed, and the 2 of Cups. This is a cycle that has repeated itself for a while, okay? This is somebody who wants a connection with you. And so in order to have this mutual understanding between the two of you, or in order to connect with you on a deeper level, I feel like this person is offering you a truth about some kind of repetitive behavior, a truth about the past. This person may be having a hard time repeating cycles in their life, okay? Whether that's with you or external from you. What does this person really want with Cancer? The 9 of Pentacles reversed. This may be something that's a bit codependent. You know, this, I would be cautious because this person can be maybe making some promises that they're not really sure that they can totally deliver on. I feel like they mean well. How you're responding to this is the Lovers, the Five of Cups reversed. Aww. This is so sweet. I feel like this person may be apologizing, honestly. Because look at how you're responding to this person. The Lovers, the Five of Cups reversed, and the Two of Wands. Again, it doesn't have to be love. It can be a friend, whoever, right? But there's a connection that you have with somebody that is so deep and it's so rare and it's so different. And you're like, who am I to say? You know, I forgive you. All is forgiven. Or maybe you're apologizing, but whatever it is, there's this energy of, you know what, I love you, or you're my best friend, or you're my spouse, or you're my husband, or you're my wife, or you're the best friend in my entire life, whatever it is. And you're like, and I don't give a fuck about the past. I would love to move on from that, you know, whatever. And with that Two of Wands there, you're like, okay, what do we do about this? Where do we go from here? I really like it, honestly. It's really beautiful. Emotions are running high. Eclipse of concealment. Navigate through the eclipse of concealment, understanding the cyclical nature of hidden phases and awaiting revelations. Chiron. Oof. Emotions are running high, eclipse of concealment, and Chiron. That's some pretty heavy energy. This is not some kind of like run-of-the-mill. This is somebody who reflects your wounds back to you and vice versa. This is somebody that you've gone through some painful situations with, a very strong emotional, intense connection that you have with this person. But there's a pattern that you're going to realize. There's a pattern. And this is the time where you can break it. But I feel like you're going to have to be the one to show this person the way, or lead by example, like I was telling Aries, okay? So that's what I have for you, Cancer. Thank you. Let's move on to Leo. Why depend on cards? Insufferable, I swear to God. All right, Leo. All right. Leo, let's see what you have going on this week. Oof. Not my favorite. Okay. You're showing up as a masculine, so ladies, you know, if this isn't you, reverse it. King of Wands reversed in your energy. What you can expect from another is the Nine of Cups reversed. Ugh. The Five of Pentacles reversed for how you're responding. Somebody may be acting a bit selfishly or of their own interests. This person can be feeling like they didn't really get something that they wanted out of life, from you, whatever it is. The King of Wands reversed, you're not feeling so confident. I don't know if it's about this, if it's about something else, just in general. And you might allow your ego or pride to kind of get in the way a little bit of a situation. Now, how you're responding to whatever this situation is, Five of Pentacles reversed, you may be unblocking someone. You may just be like letting go of something. You may be reconciling. It really depends. So let's just clarify to see. Ooh, damn, dude. Ten of Swords. Ugh. Ace of Cups reversed. I heard there's a truth. Okay, and whatever the fuck that means. I mean, I'm not going to lie to you. You know, it seems like a pretty heavy betrayal or a pretty heavy ending. And it's killing your vibe. I can't even lie to you, Leo. You know, it's killing your vibe. It's making you feel like shit. It's making you, you know, get in your ego a little bit. You're feeling a little bit prideful about the situation, you know, and it's a bit draining. I think that you're feeling a bit drained from whatever the situation is. Why the Ten of Swords? What happened? The Three of Swords. Damn, I'm so sorry, dude. Okay. Aww. What are you so heartbroken about? You look really heartbroken over something. Can you tell me more about this Ten of Swords? The Two of Swords. You may have not seen it coming, or you may have... Ugh. It almost feels like you avoided something for too long and now it's just like not working. You know, maybe it was like, I don't know, maybe you're married and you and your spouse had, like, I don't know, maybe someone did something and you guys swept it under the rug for too long and now it's like, you know, you both tripped over it, now it's fucking done. You know, whatever it is. But you're pretty drained, like you're pretty emotionally exhausted. Because not only is your ego taking a hit and your pride taking a hit, it's like you're emotionally drained from dealing with whatever this is. Or even if you initiated it yourself, it's like, this hurts. Something hurts. I'm sorry. Damn. I don't know what to tell you, Leo. Ugh. Oh my God. The Nine of Cups reversed, the Sun reversed, and the Queen of Cups reversed. Okay. This person is acting of their own interest. They're not really sharing a whole lot with you. I think that they're a little in their ego as well. It seems like you both are. You both seem to be in your ego, and this person does not trust you. There's something about you that this person is like, no, you know? And I don't know why. I mean, maybe they have their reasons. I don't know, but they are feeling like, okay, well, you know, Nine of Cups is Jupiter and Pisces. This can be when we're like trying to show compassion or we're trying to show some level of vulnerability, but like it doesn't really work out, or, you know, we feel like something emotionally couldn't expand or grow because whatever, right? I don't know what, but this person feels like they didn't get something that they wanted, and so their ego's taking a hit as well. And they're like, well, nope, never again, never do. You know, it's kind of like when you know, maybe this is an ex or something, and maybe this person tries to text you and you just like their message or something. They're like, yep, never doing that again. Nope, I put my heart out there, never doing that again. You know, it can kind of be something like that, to be honest. Or maybe you do that and they're like, no, this isn't what I want, you know, but I don't know. But they're not really letting you in on a whole lot either. They're kind of keeping their emotions and how they feel in the dark, because there's something about this that they don't really trust. Your response to this, the Five of Pentacles reversed, the Knight of Pentacles, and the Four of Swords reversed. How are they specifically responding to this, though? The Knight of Wands. Well, I don't think that's going to stop you. You're trying to, if this is like a past person, you seem to be trying to reconcile, or you're trying to kind of come out of the cold with this individual, and you're trying to take it slow. Like you're really trying to take it slow. You're trying to, work on yourself, work on this connection. Maybe it's a friend, maybe it's a lover, I don't know, but whatever it is, it's hurting you pretty bad. You seem to have a lot of passion and optimism towards this connection or whatever this endeavor is. And you're trying to come from a healed place. I don't think you're quite there, but that's where you're trying to come from. And I think as well, you're trying to communicate something that's on your mind about what has transpired in the past between you and whomever this is. Your hard work is paying off. Higher wisdom. Explore options, learn what you can, and expand your horizons. And then we have fixed energy. So that maybe there's something that you're working on that you're very focused on that you need to keep focusing on that thing, whatever it is. Maybe it's like you've been going to therapy for a while, right? And you've acquired some knowledge and wisdom and some insight. It's like, keep doing that. Maybe it's in regards to a project that is external from whatever this connection is. It's like, keep focusing on that. It's like, don't lose sight of what it is that you want, whether it's a connection, whether it's a higher level of wisdom, whether it's whatever it is. You want a YouTube channel? I don't know, but it's paying off. You just have to keep going. Okay. That is what I have for you, Leo. Let's move on to my Virgos. Cute nose. I've never heard that before, but thank you. That works. Okay. What are you doing? I'm shitting my pants. What are you doing? All right, let's go ahead and move on to Virgo. All right, Virgo. So for the week ahead, we have the 9 of Wands reversed, and this is for your energy. Something external from you is the Tower reversed. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm reading tarot cards. Sometimes things just come out of my mouth. The 4 of Wands for how you're responding to this. Okay, well, you're tired. You're pretty tired. You're like, I'm not fighting it anymore. I'm not doing it, you know. There can be somebody here who's not like either letting you go or they're not letting go of an argument, or they may be trying to avoid you, to avoid some level of altercation maybe. Okay, for some of you, I heard this person is trying to save you from something. That's weird. I don't know why I heard that. The 4 of Wands, you may be spending time with family, friends. Maybe you're connecting with whomever this is, if it is some kind of person. Otherwise, it could just be some situation. I don't know. Let's see. It looks like it ends well. Well, let's see. The 9 of Wands reversed. The 6 of Pentacles. The 4 of Pentacles. Okay. All right. You're really saving. I think what this really comes down to, Virgo, is about your finances, is what it feels like to me. Okay. Why is the 9 of Wands reversed? The 10 of Cups reversed. Emotionally, it looks like you're drained. Emotionally, you're drained. You may keep trying to make certain relationships work, or maybe you just feel like you're not getting the emotional support or the relational support that you desire. And so it's like, you may be kind of, if this is relational or emotional, you maybe have a lot to give still, but you're like, no, you're being real stingy with it. Okay. Some of you, this is really about just working really hard, trying to make money while still trying to give to others, really trying to save your coin. I think everyone's doing that during the holidays. But again, you don't really feel like you have a lot of support from others. You don't really feel like you have a cheerleader on the sidelines. You're doing great, Virgo, Your guys' readings are always so straight to the point, which is like interesting because you're a mutable sign. And so I would not expect it. I would expect it more from like the fixed signs. You know what I mean? I think you also have if I'm going to be honest with you, Virgo, it kind of seems like a scarcity mindset a little bit. I think you're like holding on to every coin that you got because you're like, oh God, I gotta, I'm afraid. And I get it, you know what I'm saying? But I think there's a little bit of paranoia here. I also think that when it comes to you giving your energy to others, there's this, like this, because you're paranoid you're going to get fucked over, I think. And so you're being very like stingy with how much access you allow others to have to you. It feels like you're kind of sticking to your guns in a way, but more, not so much of like boundaries, but out of fear. Something coming external from you. We have the Tower reverse, the Nine of Swords reverse, and the Page of Pentacles. I think that this is good. I think that somebody is trying to match your efforts, or somebody is trying, because this person feels more established than you a little bit. This can be a younger earth sign, maybe. But I think this person is coming to help you. I feel like this person is trying to offer you something. Like they're trying to educate you, or they're trying to offer you some kind of financial thing or a job, or there's an opportunity that this person is trying to give you, or they're trying to help you work through something so that way you can avoid a situation. You can avoid like a shit storm, or you can avoid, things crumbling around you. I would give in to whatever this is, because I think that this person has some stuff to offer you. I really do. The Page of Pentacles is the hardest working page. The Page of Pentacles is no slouch. The Page of Pentacles is really going to make shit happen. Doesn't matter what the Page of Pentacles has to learn or do or whatever, they're going to make it happen as long as it's grounded. This is good. It seems like somebody's alleviating your fears with that Nine of Swords reverse. Like you're so in your head, you're so worried, you're paranoid, and somebody's like, let me help you out. Let me show you the way. Okay. Usually Virgos I feel like are showing everybody else the way. So 4 of Wands, 5 of Wands. This is how you're responding to it, and the High Priestess. Why the 5 of Wands? The Queen of Swords. So you're having a little bit of a mixed bag between ego, which could be like accepting help from another person. Virgo, you guys help people all the time. I feel like it's time for you to sometimes accept help from others. And I think that's kind of where the conflict lies, because it's more so in you being in your ego about it. Okay. But what you're trying to do is you're trying to make a decision based off of past experience. Okay. And that doesn't mean that every experience is going to be the same. Because I told you, you're kind of paranoid because of what has transpired or what has occurred in the past. And so you're just trying to be logical about it, okay? So I can't fault you for it. But you seem excited about whatever this is. You're like, oh my God, yeah, this sounds great. But then you're like kind of questioning it. And you're like, is this the right move? Or like you're trying to brainstorm. But I feel like you already know the answer. And I think that the 5 of Wands is just getting in the way of your highest potential. I think the 5 of Wands and you overthinking things and getting in your head about it, I think it's standing in the way of what your highest potential is. I would not pass this up this week, Virgo. I really wouldn't. Because this is going to be the thing that's going to create some level of stability, or is going to help you get out of your head about something. And actually put in an effort towards the results that you want to see. What do you need to release? Give up control. I'm trying to tell you. And then Aquarius. So maybe it's an Aquarius that's coming in, but nonetheless, maybe you have Aquarius placements. What do you need to release in order to give up control? Well, I feel like you need to release control. I think that's what it is, because it's like there's somebody here who's trying to give you an opportunity for something. Okay. They're like, here's the solution to all your problems or whatever it is. And you're like, well, I have to overthink it because this gives me some level of control. Like for instance, I'm a Virgo, okay? And what I do with the situation is I think about every possible negative outcome that could possibly happen, okay? Which is a trauma response. It's this feeling that it gives you of having some level of control despite what is actually going to happen. And I think with this, let it go. Let somebody else take the reins once in a while. I think that with the Aquarius energy here, this can be about progressive thinking, like needing to think more progressively or do something that's a little bit different, a little weird, a little out of the box, something that you didn't expect. And open yourself up to like friendships and communities and things like that as well, because I think that's really going to help you, okay? That's what I have for you, Virgo. Because that person seems to be like they're trying to save you from something or something like that. I don't know. Let's move on to Libra. We already did Cancer. You're welcome, Monica. We already did Leo. We already did Leo. We did Aries through to Virgo. Now we're on Libra. You have to come back for the timestamps or just rewind. Okay, Libra, what's going on? How are my beauty queens doing? Your energy is the Magician reversed. We have the Fool for something or someone external from you. Okay. Ooh. I feel like a free spirit may be coming around here. The Queen of Wands for how you're responding. Ooh, I like this. I feel like somebody's going to get you out of a funk. Or something's going to get you out of a funk this week. Okay. Tell me about that Magician reversed. Ooh. The Page of Swords reversed. The Four of Cups reversed. Oh, honey, what is going on? You gotta know. So it was just like I said, I think that somebody is helping you get out of your funk this weekend, or this week, excuse me. Like that Magician reversed, that Page of Swords reversed, and that Four of Cups reversed. This is like somebody having some disappointments in their life, like we all have had, and then like sitting with that and assuming that's how it's always going to be. I could never make it. I don't have what it takes for XYZ. I don't have what it takes to have a healthy relationship. I don't have what it takes to manifest the things that I want. When really sometimes it's just like we need to be more open-minded and we need to trust ourselves more and we need to take action towards the things that we're attempting to manifest. You're really, all you're doing is you are projecting an insecurity out into the world that really is just in your own head. So, and just like Dumbledore says in Harry Potter, just because it's happening in your head doesn't mean it's not real, right? It's real to you. So how can you change that reality for yourself? Sometimes it's something as simple as, I heard something, some quote. How do you fall asleep? By pretending you're asleep, right? That's how everything else works. That's how you fall asleep. By pretending you're already asleep. That's how everything else works. And I feel like this is for you as well. Sometimes it's really just the art of assuming, but not assuming that things are going to be shitty for the rest of your life, assuming that everything's going to work out, because it will. Yeah, because you're focused on what hasn't worked out. You're still focused on the problem instead of the solution, is really what it is. Wow. A new journey is upon you. The Fool, the Death card, and the Moon reversed. So there's an opportunity. There's an opportunity for you to break free. I mean, a real opportunity for change. But that's going to cost you your old mindset. It's going to cost you the way that you used to think. It's going to cost you your old victim mentality that you've had. It's going to cost you these toxic, negative emotional attachments that you've had, whatever it is. And something is going to be revealed to you. Something is going to be revealed to you about you and about your path and what has been suppressed up until this point. Your own power, your own potential, whatever it is. And this may come through a person, it may come through an opportunity. But your new life is going to cost you your old self. And as long as you're okay with that, you can move forward. If you still want to stay stuck back there, that's totally on you. That's totally your prerogative. But I don't think that you should. Because now what's happening is life is asking you, you can let go of the baggage now. Nobody's asking you to carry that. But what you can take on this new journey with you is the wisdom that you've acquired from the baggage itself. And now with that wisdom, you can change your circumstances. With that wisdom, you can end things that are no longer serving you. But it's going to force you to face your fear or fears. It's going to be uncomfortable. But after you get out of that hump, this is what happens. You know what? Fuck it. Hell yeah. That's kind of like the vibe that you're giving off. See, that's it right there. The Queen of Wands, the Eight of Cups reversed, and the Seven of Pentacles. The Seven of Pentacles, on traditional Rider-Waite Tarot, you see him invested or maintaining this one kind of bush full of pentacles, and then maintaining or growing this brand new pentacle bush, okay? And he's kind of at this point where he's like, you know what? This isn't really giving me what I want. Maybe this old mindset, this version of me that can no longer, but this isn't really giving me what I want. But you know what? I know what will. So which wolf do you want to feed? Do you want to feed the scared little victim mindset wolf that you have inside of you, that all of us have inside of us? Do you want to feed the I'm not good enough, I'm not pretty enough, I'm not handsome enough, I'm not rich enough wolf? Or do you want to feed the wolf that's going to fucking make it happen? Totally up to you. Luck is on your side, baby. Says new moon in Sagittarius. Well, we're having a new moon in Sagittarius on the 9th. So, the 19th. So maybe something happens around then. And what I love about it is the ruler or the dispositor of this new moon is Jupiter. We love Jupiter. Retrograde, yes. But in Cancer, it's exaltation. Then it says, hear what's unsaid. Tune into the silence for truths that words cannot express. Listen deeply. I heard, what are you hungry for? Okay. And then Uranus. See where you have Uranus. Uranus is retrograde in Taurus right now. See where you have Uranus retrograding in your natal chart. That may tell you where you're going to have the luck or what house you need to pay attention to a little bit more. Or see where you have your natal Uranus, and it'll tell you maybe where to focus. But I feel like you have luck in this particular direction, but it's going to, again, cost you your old life or cost you your old identity. Listen to the synchronicities and the signs and the sounds and everything around you. Because it's going to lead you in the right direction. And for some reason, I feel compelled to tell you this. When I was pregnant with my first daughter, I was with the father of my children at the time, and we were trying to come up with a name for our daughter. And we were looking through the baby book and everything. And then finally, after like 2 hours of looking through this baby book, it's just like, no, nothing was good enough for me, right? He goes, I always thought Nirvana was a pretty name for a girl. And I was like, oh. And like, I just knew that was it. Her name was going to be Nirvana, right? And so I ended up leaving his house later on in the evening. And I'm like so excited. I don't even turn on the radio or anything. And I'm so excited. And I'm like, oh my God, I love that name. Like, I'm just stoked, right? And I'm like, oh, let me turn on the radio because I'm stoked. Swear to God on everything I love. It was literally, the song that was playing was Teen Spirit by Nirvana. And I was like, that's a fucking sign. That is her name. Yes. It was like God or the universe confirming to me like that's the one, So I feel like you'll get things like that this week. So listen to them. That's what I have for you, Libra. Thank you. Great reading. Alrighty. Love that song, right? That is so cool. It was so cool, dude. It was honestly, I was so stoked about it. I really was. First tarot live chat ever. What do you mean? That's so cool. Thanks. Oh, you're welcome, Vanessa. Sure. I didn't know you had Libra placements, Vanessa. I have to pee. So I'll be right back in my little Christmas pajama pants. They're not really Christmas pajama pants, but I say that because they have red on them. All right. Love that. It was so cool, Deb. It was honestly so cool. I couldn't believe that song came on. There was just no way. Libra, Venus, Mars, and MC. Oh, wow. The readings, but I've never been in a live and you responded. Thanks, you're dope. Aw, thanks, Alexandra. Of course. You're so welcome. All right, I have to pee. Give me just 2 seconds. I'll be right back. What's up, Karen? It's good to see you. Anyone into fragrances? I have my favorites, but I don't tell anybody the fragrance, like the special fragrances I like, because I don't want everyone else to smell like me. Oh my God. That's what's up, Brian. All right, so let's go ahead and move on. All right, moving on to Scorpio. Lori makes me laugh. Okay. I want some coffee. No, I don't. All right, Scorpio. The Knight of Swords reversed in your energy. The Two of Pentacles reversed for something external from you. And the Tower for how you're responding. There's your major arcana. Damn. Something is maybe triggering you, or you may be not communicating something, not communicating your thoughts. You may be being a little bit passive towards a very confusing situation. And then you're like, yeah, I'm letting this shit burn. Like, I don't know. So let's see that Knight of Swords reverse. The Two of Cups and the Four of Wands. You might just be going with the flow when it comes to connections, you know, a soulmate situation. Maybe it's romantic. Maybe you're dating somebody, you know. You might be in your feels. I think it's good, but why is the Knight of Swords reversed, though? The Page of Cups reversed. Okay. It's interesting because there's this connection that you have with a person or people, and you're enjoying it. It seems like you're having a good time just in general this week. Like you're maybe going out, maybe you're going out to a party or an event or a family event. You know, I feel like there's a lot going on for the holidays anyway. But there's also maybe somebody that you meet with that Two of Cups. Can be somebody new, maybe it's a reconnection, but you're kind of just like going with the flow. It's almost like you don't want to come off as too needy, or, you know, like you're not communicating what it is that you're really feeling. You're just feeling. And that's okay. You know, you don't have to do that. Because it's like you have emotions towards someone, but you may not really be, you may not really know what the vibe is. So you're kind of like, what do I really do with this? Because it feels like you feel like you're missing some kind of information that's vital to whether or not you're going to open up to someone. You know, does this person like me? Or is this person still mad at me? Or, you know, whether it's a lover or whether it's a family member. I don't feel like it's bad, but when I see that Two of Pentacles reversed in the Tower, I'm kind of like, ugh. Two of Pentacles reversed, the Magician, Virgo, Gemini, Taurus, the Hierophants. Why is the Two of Pentacles reversed? The Lovers reversed. Well, they don't know either. It seems like this may be a person in your life that's a little confused about where they stand with you. Two of Pentacles reversed, Lovers reversed. And so they're maybe manifesting a relationship with you with that Magician to that Hierophant there. Okay. But it's like you both are doing the same thing. It's like there's this weird kind of mirroring going on. This person's pretty confident in themselves, though. Like, I think that this person knows what they want. Now, for others of you, there can be a mentor who comes into your life. Can be a mentor. What does this person want with Scorpio? The King of Wands. Oh. This person may find you really attractive, wanting to pursue you in some way, but they're just as confused as you are. It's like interesting because you're meeting this person or you're hanging out with this person or you feel it or whatever, but you're not really, again, you're not really communicating. And this person is not in action mode. They're just in manifestation mode. So basically you guys are both being idiots. No, maybe it's an ex. I don't know. Because this person is like, maybe it's unrequited. You know, maybe it's unrequited. It's like this person is confident in what they have to offer, but they're not confident in how you feel. So this person isn't really making a definitive decision. If this is not about love, I feel like this person may be trying to lead you in a direction, like in a spiritual direction, or this person may be trying to teach you something, maybe, but they may feel like you're not really prioritizing it, so they don't really want to push it. They're like, I'm here, I'm present, you know? It's something like that, but how you're responding to this person? Oh. Oh, wow. What is going on? Why the Tower, though? The Nine of Cups reversed. It feels like you don't really, like something isn't working in the way that you've gone about this situation with that Tower there. So you're like, okay, I'm not going to get what I want by doing this or acting like this or whatever. So there's someone that you feel a very strong emotional connection towards. And so you're taking action towards said person with that Knight of Wands. And very passionately, because this is your response. Because this person seems very stable, but they're not really sure how you feel or something like that. And you're like, well, fuck it. You know, what do I have to lose? This feels like love to me. Okay, sorry. A personal issue reaches a resolution. Full moon in Cancer. Act with clarity. Focus your intentions. Navigate decisions with clear insight and purpose. And then Mercury. All right, so speak up. You know, maybe there's an issue between you and this person that hasn't really been clarified. You know, maybe you still have some questions. I feel like you do with that Knight of Swords reverse, but you're not really asking them. And so it's asking you to speak up. If you want clarity, give clarity or ask for it, is basically what it's saying. That's what I have for you, Scorpio. Whoever this is very confident, though. Like, they know who they are. They know their morals. They know what they want. They know their values. They know their beliefs. All of that stuff. Okay. All right, so... You're welcome, Brian. All right. Alexandra was just, those are lyrics from a song, by the way. All right. All right, whatever. Hopefully you guys can see that. I don't give a shit. Alexander, don't troll me. Don't troll me. Don't do it. Sagittarius. 4 of Swords for your energy. The Emperor for something external from you. The 8 of Swords for what you're doing about it. You seem to be pretty in your head about things, pretty quiet, not saying too much, thinking more than you're speaking. I wish more people would learn by your example. But that Emperor there's a very strong masculine figure here. It could be a CEO, could be a father figure, it could be a boyfriend, could be a new partner, but that is Aries energy. That's cardinal fire. This is somebody who's very determined, very confident, very responsible, and doesn't fuck around. This is a fuck around and find out kind of person. So let's see that 4 of Swords. Page of Pentacles reversed. 5 of Wands. I'm getting lazy with this, if I'm going to be honest with you. I'm getting like a lazy energy. I'm getting a little bit of a lazy vibe from you. I think that you just like want to lay down. You don't want to talk to anybody. You just want to chill. You're kind of procrastinating, Sag, and you're just like, you know, and I think it's because why is the 5 of Wands there? The 3 of Pentacles. There may be somebody that you don't really want to work with, or you may be avoiding people altogether, right? Guilty, I get it. Avoiding people, avoiding collaborations. You know, it can be that you've been like trying to get on the same page with a client or a coworker or a partner or something like that. You're just like, oh, I'm just so tired of this shit, because you're just like, I'm so fucking bored of this drama, or I'm so bored of this consistent conflict on a day-to-day basis. I'm so like, and so what you're doing, you know, when like people who procrastinate, they get overwhelmed. They tend to get overwhelmed, and then they put things off, and then they put things off, and then things just get worse. And you're kind of doing that a little bit because you're not really wanting to deal with something or someone. So you're being a little lazy about it. You're removing yourself from a situation, but I feel like you're gonna have to deal with it at some point, but you're just putting it off, honestly, because it does not bring you peace. And I think that's what you want. Okay, it was pretty to the point. The Emperor for something or someone external from you. The 3 of Wands and the 8 of Cups reversed. Uh-oh. Okay. Somebody's waiting on you. I don't feel like they're like, you know, sitting there counting the stars, waiting until your return, you know, or anything like that. But they are waiting. They're waiting for you to come back. I don't know if it's like, you know, maybe it's a boss and you took some time off and you're like, I'm sick again. Sorry, can't come in. They're like, okay, you know, all right, I'll take care of things here. I'll handle things until you come back around, you know. Maybe this is a spouse, maybe this is somebody you had a separation from, but this person is waiting for you. This person is very masculine, a very hard worker, somebody who's usually very responsible or just really knows how to take initiative, a leader, I guess you could say. What is their intention with Sagittarius? The Hermit reversed. I need one more. The Ace of Cups reversed. I feel like they want you to come out of your fucking hidey hole. Like, I think Sagittarius, you guys have just been kind of like fucking off, or you've been like, oh, I don't want to deal with this, you know, or maybe it's something as simple as your partner just wants to get laid. Like, your partner is wanting to get laid, and they're like, okay, like, is everything okay? Like, are you gonna, you know, I bought you a Victoria's Secret gift card. I don't know, right? Whatever the thing is, they want you to, so. But I don't think that they're trying to, they don't seem like they're being an asshole about it or anything like that. They're just kind of waiting. They're being a gentleman, I guess you could say, this person. I don't know. I like their energy, but I don't know who they are. So maybe they're the biggest piece of crap ever. I don't know. How you're responding to this, 8 of Swords, 10 of Cups, the Star. Okay. Why the 8 of Swords, though? The Empress. Oh, are you pregnant? Wow. You're in love with this person, or you love them. You're healing a connection with someone, but it's almost like you feel like you don't deserve them, or you feel insecure about deserving them, or you feel insecure about how you look. But I mean, like, damn, the Empress and the Emperor, shit. You're in your head about it. Like, I remember, this reminds me, my daughter wanted to go somewhere with me. Now, of course, this is my daughter, okay? Somebody who loves me unconditionally, right? So maybe not a fair trade, but it reminds me of this a little bit. I remember, like, my daughter wanted me to go somewhere with her, and I was like, yeah, sure. I said, let me just, you know, wash my face and put on some makeup and do my hair so I don't embarrass you. And she goes, why would you embarrass me? And I said, well, I just am looking a little, you know. And she goes, what do you mean? Like, she literally did not understand. She was not seeing what I was seeing. She was seeing her mommy, right? The person that she loves, right? She wasn't seeing. And like, I was like, wow, you know, and obviously I realized, like, I really got to be careful about how I talk about myself. And, you know, it comes second nature to me because I'm so critical of myself, but she didn't see me that way. She thought I was beautiful no matter, right? And so I feel like this is how this person feels about you. And you're just like, you know, you're second guessing it or something. But it's, to me, it feels like it's in your head. You know, I don't know, maybe you just had a baby or something. And you're like, no, you know, it's like totally fair, right? I don't know. Meditate and contemplate. Ocean of possibilities. Navigate through the boundless ocean of possibilities where horizons whisper of untold opportunities and plentiful paths. Okay. And then Scorpio. Well, you know, I feel like you have an opportunity for true, authentic, deep intimacy. Intimacy doesn't always mean sex, okay? Intimacy means a very strong, authentic connection that you have with someone else, where you allow yourself to be metaphorically naked with another person, or literally, right? Depends on what kind of intimacy you're looking for. But I want you to really think about what that means to you, and allow yourself to open yourself up to the possibilities of what that could be, okay? That's what I have for you, Sag. You're welcome, Lola, of course. No problem. Let's move on to Capricorn. Capricorn, your individual reading is out. Make sure you guys go check it out. Dude, what is going on? What did I don't know what, it has to have been that laundry detergent that gave me that reaction. But my skin did not like that at all. We already did Libra. I'm a Taurus rising too, Amber. I want to marry you. Okay, only under several conditions. You have to make me breakfast, lunch, dinner. If I don't like it, I send it back and you have to remake it, or you have to remake me something else, or you have to order DoorDash. I also require that you mop and clean the floors by hand every Sunday at 5 p.m. EST. And also no sex, ever. All right. Am I going to write this, or am I just going to erase it? Oh shit, what the hell is that? Okay, well. For the love of God, I already did Cancer. On those hands and knees, please. You know what I'm saying? You just could have said no, V, but there's no drama in that. What's up, AMK? It's good to see you. What's up, Max? Ooh, Cappy Stellium. That's what's up. I have a 6th house stellium, and I hate it. I hate it. We love drama. I was voted most dramatic in the yearbook, which I was lying. Anyway. So, oh my God, what did I touch? Okay. Capricorn, let's see what's going on for you for this week. Ooh, who else got this? Who was that? That was Aries. Maybe you have Aries placements, or you're dealing with an Aries. I think it was Aries. Or was it? No, it wasn't Cancer. It was Aries. Speaking of Cancer, though, everybody in the chat asking about Cancer. Cancer energy. Something external from you. Page of Swords reversed. Don't like that. The 7 of Wands reversed for how you're dealing with it. Ooh. Capricorn, don't let somebody drag you off of your throne, babe. They're trying to trigger you, I feel like. Let's see that Chariot. Okay. Oh, okay. Ugh, I love this. There's a lot of connection and communication this week for you, Capricorn. The Chariot, the King of Swords, and the 3 of Cups. You have a lot of emotional support around you. I think that for a lot of you, you may have some kind of idea or some decision that you're making, something that you're trying to acquire. I feel like you're really thinking outside of the box. There's, again, a lot of determination. I think that you're having a victory with something that you're trying to follow through with. And you seem to be exchanging ideas with other people, or there's a lot of conversing between you and others. Give me one more. The Moon reversed. Oh, God, I love this energy, Capricorn. Some of you are taking a trip with friends, or you're going to see friends. Okay, some of you are talking to a lawyer, all right? I think it's going well. A lot of you are going to realize who your true friends are. And I mean that in a good way. Like, you're realizing, like, wow, these people really give a shit about me. I think any fears that you had either around a reconciliation or around socializing or people in general, I think that those are being alleviated, because I think that whomever you're in the presence of, it feels comfortable. It feels genuine. It feels understanding. It just feels good. Okay. I'm not mad about this at all. I also think that you have friends that are giving you a perspective on what it is that you're trying to move forward with. Like they have some really good ideas for you, and I think that they're kind of revealing those things to you. And I think that's only going to help your progress moving forward with something. So don't be afraid to get out there and socialize and do your thing. I think that you'll find it's maybe, I almost want to say profitable, or you'll have a revelation because of it. Page of Swords reversed, the Knight of Pentacles, and the Ace of Pentacles. Why is the Page of Swords reversed? Okay. Somebody is offering you some kind of financial opportunity, okay? But they're approaching you in a way that they normally wouldn't. Like, I think that this person is a natural leader. This is somebody very attractive. This is somebody who knows who they are. They don't really usually give a fuck what people think. But this person may find you a bit intimidating. And so it seems like what it is that they're offering you, they're trying to do so cautiously. Like, they seem to really be taking their time with whatever this is. They're like, okay, you know, I'm going to work on this a little bit before I show Capricorn. I'm going to work on myself a little bit before I approach Capricorn. It's like somebody is wanting to show up as their best. And it looks like a financial opportunity, if I'm going to be honest, or some kind of project or something like that. Like, this person, they're not, I don't think that this person is confused about what they want. Like, this person is pretty certain about what they want. Like, I don't think there's any, oh, well, maybe this or maybe that. I don't think so. This person is pretty clear. How you're responding to this. 7 of Wands reversed, 7 of Swords, and the 10 of Wands. Why are they responding like that? The 2 of Pentacles? Whatever the situation is that you're being provided or that you're being offered, you may feel like there's a lot of competition. But you may feel like this is like something else that you just really can't take on at this time. So you may be kind of avoiding it because you already have so much on your plate. Like, for instance, let's say that you're working on some new project at work and you're doing a really great job, and like you're really responsible for a lot of people and you have a lot of things going on, and you're just trying to, you know, do the job that you were hired to do. And then someone's like, okay, you know, we really want you to also take on this project and be the leader of this project. And you're like, all right, I don't really know if I can really take that on right now. Or they're wanting you to go after some kind of like bigger position or something like that. And you're like, I don't know if I can really do that right now because I have so many responsibilities already. It's something like that. Or maybe it's like a relationship, you know, maybe it is love, I don't know. But you're kind of like, I don't know if I really, I don't really know if I have it in me. So you're kind of strategizing with what it is that you're trying to accomplish, because I think that, yes, you're getting an opportunity to do something, but you're also wanting to see something else through before you start something new, is what it feels like to me. Whatever the hell that means. Take time to breathe out. Yeah, I feel like you're going to need it, especially with that 10 of Wands, the 2 of Pentacles, the Knight of Pentacles, the Ace of Pentacles. And then we have commitment. Commit to this next stage in your development, and there will be a promise fulfilled in some form. And then South Node. Yeah, I'm going to be honest with you. Like, something may feel like a lot. Okay, I'm not telling you to, like, you know, allow yourself to burn out or anything like that. But I feel like you can do something. I feel like you have what it takes to do something, but that also means you're going to have to let go of something else. You're going to have to make some sacrifices. You know, and that may mean that you're going to have to take on more, but it's telling you, you fucking want this. You really want this. Commit to it then. How bad do you want it? That's what it's asking. I feel like you're being pushed. That's what I have for you, Capricorn. Let's move on to Aquarius. I have the Game of Thrones freaking theme song in my head. Bye, Vanessa. Have a good one. What's up, Tom? Aquarius, Venus, and Jupiter. Ugh. I love Aquarius placements so much, but I don't have any Aquarius placements. I have Aquarius degrees in my chart. Like my Lilith is at an Aquarian degree. My chart ruler, Venus and Scorpio, is at 11 degrees, which is an Aquarian degree. My Mercury and Libra in the 6th house is at an Aquarian degree, 11 degrees. But I don't have any Aquarius placements. But I love Moon in Aquarius is my favorite moon sign. I think Moon in Aquarius is so fucking elite. I love when Venus, my chart ruler, goes through Aquarius because I don't give a fuck about shit. when Venus goes through Aquarius, I couldn't care if you paid me, you know? Well, I could pretend to care, but I absolutely love it. I really just am so jealous of people that have Aquarius placements. What I'd give to watch Game of Thrones for the oh my God, are you kidding me? Please. So I can fall in love with Daenerys Targaryen all over again. Don't mind if I do. The only Aquarius placement I have is Chiron. Did you feel ostracized a lot growing up, or were you scapegoated, or did you feel like the black sheep a lot? You feel like you didn't fit in? You remind me of her. I wish. Yeah, Michaela, I agree. All right, let's do this. I really want a cup of coffee, but I digress. Okay. All right, Aquarius, let's see. Temperance reversed. For your energy. 6 of Wands reversed for something coming towards you. The 9 of Wands reversed for how you're responding to it. I'm gonna be honest with you, you seem to be losing your patience a little bit, okay? You seem to be kind of, you know. You're losing your patience a little bit. You don't really feel content in a situation. I want to clarify before I talk all that shit. The 7 of Cups. Ooh, too much of a good thing is not always a good thing, baby. Too much of a good thing is not always a good thing. The Queen of Swords reverse. Yeah, you're going to drive yourself crazy this week if you don't like, I really think what it is that, you know, you have a lot of options available to you. And I don't know what that is in regards to, but you have a lot of options that are available to you. And I think that it's an overwhelm more than it is a blessing. Like it feels like too much, you know, it's just too much. Like I remember back when I was a sugar baby. Yes, I was. I was a sugar baby, and I literally felt like I just had too many old men in my text messages, and I felt like I was running a fucking retirement home. It was really bad. Okay. It's like, yeah, it was great. Don't get me wrong. But at the same time, like, no, I can't do it. Like, I'm exhausted and I'm bored out of my fucking mind. You know what I mean? Like, so I don't know why I brought that up, but it was just too much. And so too much of a good thing, again, is not always a good thing. You feel a little scattered. You know what I'm saying? You feel a little scattered. And you're kind of like losing your shit a little bit. You're kind of like, oh God, like this is driving me crazy. This is driving me fucking crazy. You know, like I'm so sorry. Whatever. Tell me about that 7 of Cups. Five of Pentacles reverse. This can be like where, Five of Pentacles reverse is when we are, coming out of a situation that makes us feel alone or makes us feel broke. Maybe it is sugar daddies for you. I don't know. But it's almost like there's too many ways that you could make money. You have too many sources of income. You have too many girls or guys on the roster, right? Men or women on the roster. You have and it's like, oh God. It's like driving. There's something where it's good, like they're good problems to have, but at the same time, I think what you really need is balance, and you need to be very realistic about what is truly worth your time and really what is not, because you're spreading yourself a little too thin. Okay. Something you can expect coming external from you. Oh. Ooh, are you friend zoning someone? Well, you guys are kind of infamous for that. Wait, what's going on here? Okay. You guys are kind of infamous for that, But there's somebody here who's a little brokenhearted. You're showing up as a feminine, by the way. This person, their ego is a little hurt, but I don't think that they're trying to draw a lot of attention to themselves. This person, if I'm going to be honest, it feels like they're trying to give you or gift you something, but they're heartbroken. And I think this person is being quite vulnerable with you about it. I don't know if let's see how you're responding. If it's not you friend zoning someone, then it just feels like their pride or their ego is a little hurt, but the way that they're dealing with it isn't like in the classic narcissistic, sociopathic way. Like they're being very like, hey, I'm a little embarrassed because whatever, like they're being very sweet towards you. I don't think they're being mean. They're being very sweet towards you. They're just being very vulnerable. It's really sweet, honestly. Maybe you hate this person's guts. I don't know. I just don't think you're worried about it. Nine of Wands reversed, Nine of Swords reversed, Nine of Pentacles, 999. Wow. Wow. Some of you are a life path 9, or maybe your birthday is on the 9th, or I don't know. Maybe Arcana number is 9. Mine is, and I'm a life path 9. I don't know what it is. Maybe you're born in September, but that's pretty crazy. The 9 is a symbol of independence, and it's also a culmination. Like if you look at numerology, 9 has already been through all of the numbers. Okay. And then after 9, we hit master numbers like 11, 22, etc. But the 9, they are the influencers of the influencers. They influence the influencers, so to speak. Okay. They're highly independent leaders. And I feel like that's the energy that you're showing up in. I don't think that you have your guard up. You're letting people in or someone in or whatever into your thought life, but you are remaining very independent. Like you seem to be very comfortable with who you are, what you look like. I mean, not to sound corny, but like you're chilling, you're feeling pretty good about yourself. There's kind of like a glow up effect kind of happening. Your finances look really, really well. You just don't see like, yes, it seems like you have a lot of problems, but they're good problems. They're good problems. You're just overwhelmed. Oh my God, guys, I can't. There's so many gifts. I don't want all these gifts. Where am I going to put them all? Whatever it is. But this isn't, I feel like you guys have probably the easiest, prosperity lies ahead. New moon in Taurus. Well, there you go. Highest good. Embrace the journey with openness, trusting in the universe to lead you towards your greatest fulfillment. And then you have the Sun. I feel like this is going to be a big ego stroke. I'm not even worried about you, honestly. Not this week, anyway. I'm not worried about you. I think that you have money coming in. I think that you're going to be incredibly prosperous this week. I think that this isn't just about an ego stroke, but the sun is our soul. The sun is about our vitality. And I think that a lot of that is going to be presented to you, something about that, something in the highest good of you and your sense of truth and in the embodiment of your truth and your soul and who you are and how you show yourself to the world. I'm not even mad at this at all. This was a great read. Good for you, Aquarius. She said, I'm not worried about me either. Love that for you. You look like a great lay. I am, and you'll never know for yourself. Magnificent, in fact. All right, Pisces. Queen of Pentacles in your energy, Pisces, for this week. Okay. King of Pentacles. Ooh, for something external from you. Hello. The Judgment reversed for how you're responding. Uh-oh. Okay. We got a match here. Could be a business partner. Could be a lover. Four of Pentacles reversed in your energy with the Four of Cups. Oh. Okay. We have the Queen of Pentacles, the Four of Pentacles reversed, and then we have the Four of Cups. Not good enough. It's giving Miranda Priestley from The Devil Wears Prada. If I'm gonna be totally honest with you. Why the Four of Cups? The Death. You're taking care of yourself. You're taking care of your home, your family, your kids. If you got them, business looks good. Financially, everything looks pretty good. But I also think that you're pretty secure with where you're at. And you're not afraid to let go of the things or the people that are not pleasing to you. Like, you're not worried about ending shit. I would be cautious with the Four of Cups, though, because this can be where we lack gratitude for the people, places, or things in our life, okay? Now, maybe you have every reason to feel the way that you feel, but you're very focused on, like, what you have not received or what you have not gotten or what you want but you didn't get or something like that, like something that didn't work out. And it's like, whatever, you're trying to let it go, but it's still kind of in the back of your mind. I think that you're ready for change, but there's also this energy of, like, I think that something ended in your life and you're like, oh, like, I don't know what to do about that, or I just got to let that go. But for the most part, I think that you're pretty secure within yourself. Everyone goes through a little bit of, like, oh God, I wish that would have worked out or whatever, but I don't think you're too worried. I don't think you're too worried about it. It does feel life altering, but this is already something that has occurred and you're just kind of focused on it. But I also think it can be that you're realizing in order to get the things that you really want, that something in your life is going to change, but it needs to change, but you may not really be wanting to make those changes. Or you may have to end something, but you don't really want to end it. Okay. Tell me about that Five of Swords, the King of Cups reversed. Somebody's got to pay the piper. There's somebody in your life who feels like they kind of struck out or they lost. Okay, maybe it was, it could be because they lied or they were full of shit about something in the past. The King of Cups reverse is somebody who is an idiot. You know, they will literally say, or let's not say an idiot, inauthentic. They will literally just say whatever it is that they need to say in order to get their sexual or emotional needs met, but they don't really mean it. And so this person could have felt like that was their approach before. So if this is like a business partner, they could have just like sold you a dream, but you know, they didn't really whatever. And so whoever this person is, whether it's romantic, business, whatever, they seem to be trying to make something right with you. They're making it less about them and more about the two of you as a whole. And so this person may be being very generous at this time, being very supportive of your career, of your endeavors, of your business, maybe helping you around in the home, paying your bills for some of you. You know, the King of Pentacles is very generous, a very generous John, you know. And so I feel like this person is kind of trying to help you out. I think that they may be trying to make up for some issues that they gave you in the past, or they may be trying to clean up somebody else's mess. This can also be somebody, if it's not that, this can be somebody who's showing up with what they have that's tangible to offer because they're insecure about how you would take them emotionally if they were to express that. So they may feel like if they were to lead with their emotions that they would get rejected because maybe they have before or something like that. So they're showing up with their hand instead of their heart, although that is a part of it, if it is love. You're just kind of stuck between a rock and a hard place with whatever or whomever this is. With that Judgment reversed and the Page of Wands and the Hangman reverse, like this Page of Wands is sandwiched between the Judgment reverse and the Hangman reverse, where it's like you're not wanting to discuss something, or maybe it's that you're not wanting to take accountability if you were in the wrong about something. If it's not that, then you're just not really wanting to reconcile or talk about the past. You're like in this energy of Page of Wands, like I want to look to the future, I want to be confident, or I want to find my passion again. But that Hangman reverse also tells me that you're still stuck on it. I think that you're like responding to this person, but it's in a very like kind of shut down way. You're not really being 100% truthful about your emotions or your hand in something. Why is that Judgment reversed? The Fool. You don't want to focus on the past. You're like, you know, because something ended, you were disappointed, it disappointed you, and you're just like, I don't want to look at it anymore. Conclusions are within reach. Stop and reflect. Pause in your journey to appreciate how far you come and where you're headed. So I told you, like, sometimes this can be where we're lacking gratitude in a situation, and you can be very focused on what didn't work out, what you didn't get, etc., instead of like appreciating how far you've come. Like maybe you weren't fully successful at something, right? Maybe you didn't get it right now, but that doesn't mean that you can't. And like, what about all of the other accomplishments that you've had, right? It's asking you to focus on that. Jupiter, especially Jupiter retrograde. Jupiter in general does this, but Jupiter is retrograde right now. I have Jupiter retrograde natally. But Jupiter will, especially when it's retrograde, but also when it's direct, but especially when it's retrograde, it really is asking you to show gratitude for what you already have. Show gratitude for what you already have, and that is when you can have more. You know, and we all do this, you know what I mean? We all focus on like coulda, woulda, shoulda, or, you know, I wish I looked like this. I do that all the time. Or I wish I had this or whatever. Try, especially right while Jupiter is retrograde in Cancer, try to be appreciative of what you already have. because you will see the benefit from it. That's what I have for you, Pisces. Thank you. Now we're going to do super chat questions. Love that. I can't get to Hipsy. What do you mean you can't get to Hipsy? I don't know what you mean. Here's a question. Why do this? Because it's my fucking job. Why do you take the time out of your day to go to somebody else's job or work and harass them? You know how fucking weird that is what you decide to do with your time? Jesus Christ. Okay. All right, let's go ahead and do number 1. All right, give me a second. I have to read this. Number 1. Okay, let's see. You got to go where you're valued. With that 6 of Pentacles, you need to go where you feel like you are receiving something. If you are in a connection and you walk away from it feeling empty and like someone just took something from you, then that is not it. Trust me. If you give for that for too long, you will become a shell of yourself. So think about like, where is your heart lie? Like, what does your heart lie with? Like, what is it? Like, do you love to paint? Is that like your life? You know, are you a painter and you love to do painting and that is just like your thing and that's what feeds your soul? Join a painting group, you know, find other artists online, things like this. You know, where people are going to value your paintings and what you bring to the table in regards to that. So it's like, it's about where your heart is and what your heart is attracted to, what your heart wants, what your heart gravitates towards. That's what you need to focus on, or where you need to focus. If you are a big gym person and you absolutely love working out with people and you love a really healthy lifestyle, join a group. You know, join a group. Maybe you have some really great nutritional insights and you would be valued there, or something like that. Thank you, number 1. Number 2. Okay. Have you made progress? Let me see. What progress has she made? The Strength reversed. I do still think that you lack in the confidence area, don't get me wrong, but I also think that you're learning how to wield your strength. I think that you're learning that holding on to certain people, places, things, past issues, etc., is exhausting. I think that you're in this chapter of learning to let go, learning to give up control. And when you do that, when you're able to do that, and like to just be frank, to give less of a fuck, you're going to find that also builds confidence. So I think that you're still working through that, but I think that that's where you are. I think that you're still in the thick of it right now, to be honest with you. I also want you to focus on the things that, again, that are attached to your heart. I'm not talking about like men, okay? I'm talking, or whatever. I'm talking about part of your soul's purpose, what lights your soul up, right? Like mine is writing, or we can go back and talk about the painting thing. It's something like that. Will you reach that place? Yep, after the Five of Cups reversed. There's something that you're still holding on to, or someone that you still don't forgive. And I don't think that you should have to forgive everybody to move on. I just don't. But it can be about something that you regret, or a sadness, or something or someone that you miss. Once you're able to take whatever that is and transmute it to work for you, that is when you're going to see the most progress. I think that you will, but your biggest power is going to lie in that letting go of whatever that is. But you have to transmute it. Like how I talk about my tarot channel all the time. I got my heart absolutely shattered. That is why I have a tarot channel now. I got my heart broken. I was like, you know what? I'm going to do something with this. And so a lot of tarot channels, are about love readings and stuff like that. And so here I decided to do my love readings for people and help people through their crap. And here we are, right? So transmute it. You have to learn how to transmute it. It's just energy. It's just energy. Everything is energy. If you can learn to take that energy and turn it into something else, think about the Magician card in tarot, you will really be able to make something out of it. But yes, you will. Number 3. Okay. Okay. I want to see what this person's intentions with you are. Number 3. Okay. Okay. 2 of Swords reversed and the 10 of Swords. Let me see something. All right. This person, their feelings, I wanted to see what their feelings were. The Knight of Swords reverse and the Sun reverse. The Knight of Swords reverse is just kind of when we're following somebody else's lead. We're going with the flow, which isn't always bad, but why the Sun reversed? This person maybe doesn't feel so confident in themselves, and I think they project that onto the connection sometimes. But even when the Sun is reversed, it's usually pretty positive. I don't know if this person has just gone through something, if they've gone through a breakup, some kind of betrayal, something heart-shattering, something really difficult. But they may be, I don't want to say using you, but they may be utilizing this connection to kind of overcome this. I don't necessarily know if this person has the intent to stay. Ma'am. No. Sorry, that was my cat. She loves to scratch the couch. I don't really know if this person necessarily has a total intent to stay. Again, I don't know if they're fully optimistic, but again, I think that they just have a lack of confidence within themselves that they project onto the connection. Maybe some insecurities, but they still try to remain positive. But with that Ten of Swords, I would just be cautious, because I think this person is going through a lot internally, and they could end up projecting that onto the connection. Okay. Number 4. Okay. Let me see their feelings. High Priestess, okay. And the Ace of Wands, very, very, very sexually attracted. The High Priestess and the Ace of Wands is a very strong sexual attraction. The High Priestess is the very desirable woman. And this person may feel like there's a lot of potential here, and this person likely wants to kind of jump your bones. You inspire them in a lot of ways. So again, there's a very strong, sultry kind of pull that this person feels towards you. Is this person going to contact you in the near future? Eight of Wands, yes. Eight of Pentacles. It may come out of nowhere with that Eight of Wands. You know, maybe you're working when they call you, or maybe you're working out, or you're at the doctor's office, or something like that. You're working on something, you're doing something maybe, and they hit you up out of nowhere. And they may have a conversation about wanting to work on things with you. Okay. So, not too bad. All right, guys. Why is this not... This is so annoying. Why is it not letting me do this? Cool. It just signed me out. Love that. Love that so much. It totally just signed me out of Hipsy. Oh, this is so annoying. I'm so sorry, guys. So annoying. Why does this suck so bad? Why is it not? Oh my God, this is so annoying. I fucking hate this shit sometimes. Okay. I'm so pissed. Okay, did it work? Finally. Oh my God. God damn. Okay, there we go. All right, finally I got out of there. All right, you guys, I love you. Have a good night. I am going to go eat Thanksgiving dinner with my family. And then, yeah, have a good night, you guys. I love you. Bye.